Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bosch. The number of clean diesel models in North America will double by 2014. Bosch Clean Diesel. Good, clean, fun. Bridgestone. Your journey, our passion. And by Dow Automotive Systems. Improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com.
Well, I hope you're sitting down because another episode of Autoline Daily is coming your way. It's Thursday, May 24th, 2012, and here's the latest news we could dredge up from the internet's murky depths. BMW was hit with a $163 million fine by the Swiss government for blocking Swiss customers from buying its cars in other European countries. According to Bloomberg, the debt crisis caused the Swiss franc to soar against the euro, which led to Swiss consumers to look for cheaper vehicles in Germany and France. BMW says it plans to appeal the fine. And speaking of the German automaker, the company just opened a new plant in China that will quadruple its production capacity in the country. It will grow from 100,000 to 400,000 units. Since 2009, BMW has invested nearly $2 billion in China. And make sure you stick around for the second half of the show because Isaac Bouchard takes us on a little tour of the brand new M6 convertible. Honda sells more than just cars, you know. Motorcycles are a big part of its business, especially outside North America. According to asphaltandrubber.com, just 1.6% of its motorcycle sales came from North America last year, while nearly 80% came from Asia. By the end of the decade, Honda forecasts 30% will come from India alone. Now for a bit of labor news. Saturday, May 26th, marks the 75th anniversary of the infamous Battle of the Overpass. This historic brawl between Ford security forces at the Rouge factory and union organizers is a defining moment in the history of the UAW and the American auto industry. A high-tech car built for the electronic age requires special advertising, and that's just what Chevrolet is trying out in the UK. WardsAuto.com reports the Bowtie brand is going digital only with its initial push for the Volt. That means no radio, television, newspaper, magazine, or billboard marketing. It's shooting for a high-impact online presence. This is an interesting move given the company's opinion of advertising on Facebook. Recalls aren't something we normally cover here on Autoline Daily, but this one is curious. Lexus is calling back more than 650 GS350s from the 2013 model year because of a software flaw in the electric power steering system. The faulty programming can cause the tiller to be off by as much as 110 degrees, so keep an eye out for Lexus owners driving in circles. As GM works to reinvent its Cadillac brand, the Escalade was apparently destined for the scrapyard, but that may no longer be the case. Our friend Paul Eisenstein over at the DetroitBureau.com has the inside scoop. He reports the Escalade is here to stay and is getting redesigned for the 2014 model year. It will ride atop GM's latest full-size pickup platform, which means traditional body-on-frame construction. Why the about-face? Well, it's all about the Benjamins. The Escalade is hugely profitable for GM. Parking is notoriously expensive in New York City, but this is just ridiculous. According to the Bottom Line, one parking space in Manhattan will cost you a cool $1 million. The private garage is 12 feet wide, 23 feet long, and 15 feet high, and it even comes with a separate deed and sales contract. But in order to get the spot, you must buy a $39 million penthouse in the same building.
I'm Isaac Bouchard in Santa Barbara, California. 40 years ago, this is how the story began on one of the great GT cars. Coming up next is the latest chapter.
Look at this. Bridgestone's using natural rubber, researching ways to enhance its quality and performance, and making their factories more environmentally friendly, producing products that save on fuel and emissions, and some that can be reused again, and promoting eco-friendly and safety driving campaigns. One team, one planet. Bridgestone.
That perfectly managed burnout comes to you courtesy of the launch control system in the all-new BMW M6 convertible, and it's just a prelude to what's to come.
Well, the new M6 is the third generation M6, and this is the second generation where we've offered it as a convertible. It's new for 2012 model year and will soon be switched to a 13 model year with no real changes. The car is 560 horsepower bi-turbo V8. We call it the M twin power turbo V8. It's much more efficient though, so despite having 60 more horsepower than its predecessor and 30% more torque, we're also giving you about 34% better highway range with the car. I think it's one of the fastest and most emotional convertibles BMW has ever built.
It's easy to understand that level of passion when you realize how richly storied BMW's past is. The M6 can trace its heritage all the way back to cars like this, a 3.0 CSL lightweight from 1972. However, it wasn't until 1987 that the M6 first came to our shores looking like this. The first M6 convertible was in 2006, and I think it's reached a whole new performance plateau with the all-new twin-turbo V8 powered 2012 model.
The new M6 is absolutely instantly identifiable by its versatility from the driver's seat. It shrinks around you. It's a full-size car, but it drives like a compact sports coupe or sports convertible. It reminds me of the 507 Roadster and the BMW Z8 Roadster as well. It's probably the fact that it has a versatility. You can drive it every day, 500 pound-feet of torque from 1500 RPM. And yet it winds out like a race car. It's got long legs through the 7-speed close ratio dual clutch transmission. It has launch control. The car is capable of supercar performance and everyday GT versatility.
The M6 does indeed have performance that can rival a supercar. There are, however, a couple chinks in its armor. It never really shrinks around you like a sports car. You're always aware of its 4,500 pounds of mass and the titanic forces that work underneath as you try to corral them. And you notice the loss of rigidity with the open roof. Compensation is there though. The sun comes in, you get to bask in Mother Nature, and this amazing interior is on display for everybody. These are the GT attributes that make it a wonderful car. Never mind a stupendously fast one that'll get you into license-losing territory in no time. Luckily, we're going home and not in handcuffs. From California's Central Coast, I'm Isaac Bouchard for Autoline Daily.
Looks like you're having way too much fun out there, Isaac. Anyway, those gorgeous new M6s should start arriving at BMW dealers around the middle of next month. The base price is around $114,000, including shipping and handling. And that's the exciting conclusion of today's episode of Autoline Daily. I hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for another heaping helping of automotive news.